Hi, this is Jeff with Frobot Music. A few days ago I was in the car listening to the radio and 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover came on by Paul Simon. I realized I haven't played this song on a gig in probably over a year, and I haven't played the song in general in a while, so I thought I'd brush it back up. So I went on to YouTube and listened to the original recording, and I watched some online demonstrations from various drummers, including Steve Gadd, and I realized that there was something a little bit different about the groove, the intro groove on the actual recording versus watching someone just play the drum set part, including Steve Gadd. There's something different about it. So I thought, what is it? The difference is on the recording, there is an upbeat tambourine happening throughout the whole groove. And that upbeat tambourine really, propels everything. It ties everything together. It makes it a little bit more danceable and a little bit more connectable to the listener, as opposed to listening to this somewhat complicated drum set part. So I thought maybe there's a way that I can still keep the integrity of the drum set part that Steve Gadd created, but include the tambourine. So I think I did that, and I'd like to show you how I put it all together. So before we break down the new way to play 50 Ways, I wanted to play the original part that Steve Gadd played on the recording. Here's how that goes. 3, 4. Now let's incorporate the upbeat tambourine part, beat by beat. Okay, so on beat 1 of measure 1, we have 4 16th notes, and that goes like this. On beat 1, we have kick, right foot, hi-hat, left foot together, 1. Then we have our left hand on the hi-hat on the E of 1. On the and of 1, we have our snare drum with our right hand. And then on the of 1, we play our left foot on the hi-hat. So that sounds like this. 4 E and a 1 E and a 4 E and a 1. So to get the tambourine on the and of 1, we're going to play the tambourine with our right hand on the snare drum on the and of 1. But to accomplish this, we have to do this little swipe motion, or a wax on, wax off motion with our left hand to get from the E of 1 on the hi-hat to the and of 1 on the tambourine. That will look like this. 4 E and a 1. 4 E and a 1. Okay? Now on beat 2, without any tambourine, we have our left hand on beat 2. We have our right hand on the E of 2. The left hand on the and of 2 on the hi-hat again. And then we have our bass drum on the of 2. 1 E and a 2 and a 1 E and a 2 and a. Okay, so now we have to get our tambourine on the and of 2. We can't play our left hand on the and of 2 on the hi-hat while we do the tambourine, so we're going to use our right hand this time to make a quick move over to the hi-hat to make up for it. So that will look like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. Now on beat 3, we have, it's pretty basic, we have kick drum on beat 3 with our right hand on the floor tom on beat 3, and then we just have our tambourine on the and of 3. That's all we have to do. 2 E and a 3 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. Alright, then on beat 4, without any tambourine, we have this little snare drum roll. In its basic form, we have 4 E and a, but we put a diddle on our first right on beat 4, so we have 4 E and a. Okay? And typically when we're not doing any tambourine, we're just going to go right, left, right, left. But we've got to get the tambourine with our left hand, so we're going to change the sticking a little bit. We're going to do a paradiddle now on the snare, so we can move from the E of 4 with our left hand to the and of 4 on the tambourine. So that'll look like this. 3 E and a 3 E and a. Okay? That's the only change there. I'll demonstrate the full first measure of this groove at a slower tempo. Put it all together. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Cool? Okay, let's move on to measure 2. The good thing is that beats 1 and 2 of the second measure are exactly the same as measure 1, so we don't have anything new to go over there. Beat 3 is technically a little bit easier in measure 2, because in measure 1 we had to play a floor tom with our right hand along with our right foot on beat 3. Now we don't have to do that. Just going to play the kick drum with our right foot on beat 3, and on the end of 3, the tambourine. Beat 4 is the tricky part. On beat 4, we have a flam on our floor tom, or floor toms, whatever, but just a two-handed flam on the floor tom on beat 4. And without any tambourine, on the and of 4 and the of 4, we have a little quasi 5-stroke roll. We just don't play the 5th note. But we have 2 diddles on the and of 4 and the of 4. So we have 4E, 4E, and then with the floor tom we have 3E and a 4E, 3E and a 4E. So that's the 4th beat without the tambourine. Now to make the tambourine thing happen, we have to make a real quick motion going on. So on the and of 4, we're still going to play our diddle with the right hand, and we're going to play that in unison with the left hand on the tambourine. 4E, 4E. Then we have to get this left hand from the and of 4 tambourine to the of 4 diddle to complete the little snare drum roll. So we have 4E, 4E, then with the floor tom, 3E and a 4E, 3E and a 4E. Okay? So now I'm going to play the second measure in its entirety, and I'll count along at a slower tempo. 3E and a 4E and a 1. One more time. 3E and a 4E and a 1. Okay. Now I'm going to play the full 2-measure loop a couple times. Count along at a slower tempo, and we'll see how it all strings together. Here we go. 3E and a 4E and a 1. Simple as that. Now up to the record tempo. 3, 4.